My recommendation is that when you set a time and people don't show up for your event at that time, go on with the items on your agenda, go on with activities of the day. Just share the food, let people eat, and go home. I find it really disgusting when people show up very late at events. It's very annoying. And I hear people say that they show up fashionably late at events. God, let me tell you this today and now, that there is no such thing as being fashionably late. There is no such thing as being fashionably late. You are just being a mannerless and rude person. And if you have to be late to seek validation from people and to feel like you are okay, you are happening, then you have to seek help. Seek help. Hello everyone, how are you doing? Hope you're fine, hope you're great. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're stopping by for the very first time, you are welcome. My name is Olube Jennifer Ayoguni Okwene. Please make yourself comfortable, relax, and enjoy the ride. Also, don't forget to become a part of this beautiful family by hitting the subscribe button. And to my loyal subscribers who are also my family members, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you guys. I don't take your presence here for granted. I see the share, I see the support, I see the likes, I see the comments and everything. Thank you so much. Moving forward, I would like to invite you guys to follow my business page on IG at Unboxing with Bube. We specialize in women fashion, offering a range of items ranging from shoes, dresses, accessories such as scarves, earrings, bracelets, necklaces, and other beautiful things that we have in store for you. In addition to that, we offer personal shopping services for items above $100 for a service charge of 10% of your total purchase. With that, you have your items delivered to your doorstep conveniently. Now, let's get right into the main topic of today. What are we talking about today? What are we discussing today? What is the main topic of discussion today? We want to talk about one of the most important life principles that you have to abide by in order to be successful in life. That very life principle, it's very crucial and important. Oftentimes, people overlook this very principle and treat it as not important. But in the real world, it is very important. What are we talking about? It's no other than punctuality. What is punctuality? It is the characteristics of being punctual. It is the ability that you have to always make appointments on time. That is what punctuality is. Why is this very life principle important for us to live by in order to attain success? That is the big question. Now the answers are not far-fetched. Number one, it creates a very good first impression. Makes people take you seriously. Now let's relate this to everyday life. Let's relate this to business. Take for example, you were invited for a business meeting and you show up early. Your business partners are going to actually give you, open up their hearts to hear what you have to say. Why? It is because you take yourself seriously. You take your time seriously. You take other people's time seriously. They think that someone who is on time is able to manage other aspects of their life effectively. If you can at least manage your time, it only shows that you can manage other aspects of your life effectively. On the flip side of it, let's imagine that you were invited for a business meeting and you show up late. How do you want your business partners to see you, you have already cancelled yourself. They have already cancelled you in their minds, because if you can't even manage your own time, there is nothing else that you can manage. There is absolutely nothing else you can manage in this life. People begin to take you seriously the moment you start being punctual. It's not rocket science, it's natural. It only shows that you respect other people's time. Nobody would like to leave their business or their assets or anything of value to them in the hands of somebody who can even effectively manage their own time. What can you manage if you cannot manage your own time? You can't even air your opinion. If I were that, I would shut up. What you have to say? You couldn't even manage your own time. You want to open mouth and talk. So that is the number one thing on the list. Number two is that it actually shows respect. It shows that you respect people's time. When someone invites you for their event or for anything, or invites you to breakfast or to dinner, and you show up early, it shows that you respect them. And everybody wants to be respected. And in turn, this person would trust you. This person can trust you with their time, can trust you, can recommend you to someone for a business or anything of such. I find it really disgusting when people show up at events like 30 minutes late, 1 hour late. What are you trying to tell us? It's a signal. To me, I feel like it's a signal that you do not respect this person. You don't value this person. The third one is that it actually reduces stress. To be honest, thinking about it now, it does. When you manage your time effectively and plan yourself ahead of time, you see that you don't get into certain troubles that you would ordinarily have gotten into if you had not planned yourself well. For example, if you're supposed to meet an appointment at 10 and you start early, start like 7, 8 to start preparing, and in your mind you already know that the venue is like say 30 minutes or 1 hour from your place. If you leave your place at 8:45, there is no how you are not going to get to the place on time, everything being equal. But if you leave late, it will leave you with no option but to start beating traffic lights and start doing all manner of things, thereby endangering yourself. And you know what the cortisol level does when you are stressed? It goes up. So please, keeping to time equally helps reduce your stress level. Make it a thing. Let it be a big deal to you to always be on time. I could remember growing up, my daddy was always on time, and people kind of make mockery of him. Like, I mean, my cousins that we were living with at the time were like, uncle is always early, he will get there before the host and all of those things. And it seemed as though it was a bad thing to do, when it was actually the right thing. You know, people castigating you for doing the normal thing and making the normal abnormal while balancing in the abdomen and, you know, raising their shoulders there. It's not good. And I see people say that they are always fashionably late. There is no such thing as fashionably late. Please cancel that if you have that narrative that you have to arrive late before people notice your outfit or anything. It only shows that you have a very low self-esteem, and you have to really work on that. You being late does not make you a classy person or a fashionable person. The real class is in being early. Show up early at events, show up early at meetings, show up early at your appointments, show up early for your appointments and other things. Show up early to church, to school, to all other aspects of your life. You have to early, like everything. Just it kind of signals to people that you take your life seriously, and they should do that as well. Nobody would want to cross that boundary with you when they know that you are always early and you actually respect other people's time. When you put an event or you are invited for an event, you are definitely going to show up. In addition to what I've just said, punctuality has something it does to you. It gives you this level of confidence. You know, when you are able to manage your time effectively, you feel like you can manage other aspects of your life. And what's management of company's work that you cannot do if you can already manage your time? You have everything in place. You think you have your shit together. It gives you this mindset, like it kind of cleans up your space. You are punctual. You set timelines and you meet those timelines when you should. It is a very good life attribute, and it is a very good life principle that you should live by. It kind of makes your life easy, and people trust you. Like we said in the beginning, makes people respect you, makes people take you seriously, shows that you respect other people's time, demonstrates professionalism. People would like to work with you whenever you're punctual. When you are punctual, you know time is money, right? And when you are always on time, you are making money as well as making money for other people. You know, when we were younger, they always told us that time was money and all of that. And some of us made joke of that, and we kept asking, please, can you convert by 2 p.m. to 1 million, something like that. But in real life, true, time is money. If you're in Europe, you would understand this context very well, because they make money hourly here, and every hour counts. Imagine you are whiling away your time. You are definitely wasting money. During my baby shower, most of my guests, 70% of them showed up late, and that made me feel really bad, because here we pay hourly for whatever it is that you want to use. If you want to use a hall, you pay hourly. You rent anything, you are paying hourly for that. So I had paid for 6 hours and give 2 hours to decorators to use for the decorations. So in total, I had 4 hours left for the baby shower. So I put 2 p.m., 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Guess what? My guests showed up at 4:30 p.m. and I only had 1 hour 30 minutes to run through the whole activities of the day. It was so annoying, to be honest. I felt really bad, and I know a couple of them showed up late for reasons that they could not maneuver. Things happened. Of course, life is not absolute, but there were people who actually showed up late just because that's Nigerian mentality, that it's African time. Maybe they put but the event is supposed to start at 4 p.m. That kind of thing. You can see it's a very bad thing when you show up late at people's event. You leave them feeling so bad, as though you do not value them and their time, and also they lose money because of your actions. It is important that we take this into account when living our life, while just navigating through life. Understand that punctuality is one of the life principles that you must live by in order to achieve success in life. People take you seriously when you are punctual. People see that you respect them, and when you respect people, what do you get in turn? You get respect in turn. It reduces stress at the same time. You don't have to beat the traffic or get yourself into awkward situations because you are running late. You don't have to get into an accident because you exceeded the time limit, and then because you exceeded the speed limit. You do not equally have to do so much because you are already managing your time. Please just keep this in mind. I just thought to share. I also understand that if you already have a negative attitude towards being punctual, it is going to be very difficult to understand how this is possible, how being punctual is possible. There are people who have never made it to anywhere early, even the airports. I know that Nigerians are always early or always on time whenever it comes to airport, but there are people who are just perpetual latecomers. They come late to everywhere. I understand how this is so, difficult for you to apply, but I would give you some tips. if you have an event or something to do the next day, you can start a day before to start preparing for it. If it's an event, you can start selecting your dress, the dress that you want, the shoe, the wig, the jewelry, so that you do not waste that time on that day. At least that time is out of the way for you, and then you try as much as possible to wake up early. How to do it is put an alarm 3 hours before the time you're supposed to wake up. Yes, you can put your alarm 3 hours before the time you're supposed to wake up, and do these intervals of 30 minutes reminder, so that it disturbs you enough for you to wake up. At least before it gets to 1 hour 30 minutes, you should be awake. And just start immediately. Just start dressing. Just start getting prepared. Don't lay around on the bed just chilling or pressing your phone. Get started immediately. Another important tip is drawing a roster, like writing down the things, a time plan or something. I don't know, like just have a calendar where you write down the things that you are supposed to achieve and the time. You can even do it hourly. Do you get? If you are somebody who do not understand the concept of you're somebody who actually cannot keep to time, you need that push to keep to time, to be able to keep to time, then you do it hourly. Just write down the things that you're supposed to do every hour of the day, and try as much as possible to get at least 50% done. It's a good start. 50%, it's a very good start. If you have a child and the child is taking up almost all the time that you have, try to start preparing for whatever it is that you have to do a week or from the midweek. Yes, you can start from a week before or midweek Wednesday to start preparing. It's never too early. It's never too early when it comes to being punctual. Like when it comes to preparation in order to be punctual, it's never too early. Just do as much as you can do. I could remember growing up, my mom usually selected all our Sunday outfits on Wednesdays. Like, I'm telling you, midweek, she would just select everything and place on a chair on the dining table, because at that time now we did not use our dining for eating. No, nobody used dining for eating in my house, so it was meant for our desktop and my father's books and what else, ironing. So she would just keep everything aside, and on Saturdays she cooked, she made stew. We had cousins then, but at least we had a roster there. She had a roster. She planned her family, so she would always delegate duties, like make the stew, or I go and do this, or I do get. And sometimes she does them by herself as well. So like you can actually try all of these things. I am a mom and I understand how babies and children take up time and how they can equally spoil your plans for you. But if you at least try, when you try, you might not get to alpha. You might just be at the better, and which is not so bad. You might not be A plus, but you might just find yourself at the A level, which is not entirely bad. And if you keep trying, you get to that point where you are perfect, okay, where you have perfected your act of being punctual. It is very important, and I hope you found this video very helpful. If you have any comments or your opinions on this, or what you think we should have talked about, or what you would like us to talk about in our next video or subsequent videos, please let me know in the comment section. And thank you guys for watching. Love you. Mwah. See you guys in my next video.